You know, everybody talks about Yosemite, Yosemite this, Yosemite that, but what about its neighbors? How about Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks?
On this road trip, we explore Sequoia and Kings Canyon. And let's just say things didn't always go as planned. Fog, mountain roads, disappearing luggage.
But would we do it again? Oh, absolutely.
Our base for this leg of the trip was Dunlap, California. Very tiny town. Not even on the map, but right between Sequoia and Kings Canyon. And we stayed at Gina's Sierra Inn. The lodging, well, let's just say it had character. More on that later. As we entered Sequoia, we were met with snow on the ground, especially near Wukasachi Lodge. That's also where we saw our first deer. A quiet little moment that kind of set the tone. And this was crisp sweatshirt weather, the kind of air that I like. You know, it makes you feel alive. Now, of course, we had to hike the General Sherman Trail. It's only about a half mile down to the tree, but it is a bit steep, and you are at 7,000 feet elevation. And thankfully, there are benches along the way if you need to catch your breath. Not so much on the way down, but on the way back up. Oh, and another plus, parking was easy, and we didn't feel rushed or crowded at all. Just look at this beautiful ancient sequoia, the General Sherman tree. It's the most famous. It's the largest living tree on Earth by volume. It stands about 270 feet tall, over 36 feet in diameter at the base, and it's estimated to be more than 2,200 years old. You know, I might be telling you the stats, but it's hard to describe just how magnificent it is. Being next to it is humbling. We stopped at the visitor center and learned more about these giants. Giant sequoias, or Sequoiadron giganteum, only grow naturally on the western slopes of California's Sierra Nevada mountains. They're the largest trees in the world by volume, thanks to their massive trunks. Unlike coastal redwoods, which are taller, sequoias are all about bulk.
Oh, and we will be seeing those redwoods in a later video too. Stay tuned.
And these sequoias, they're incredibly resilient. Fire, pests, even lightning rarely take them down. In fact, they even need fire to reproduce. And seeing the sequoias in person is something photos just can't prepare you for. You don't look at them, you feel them. There's a sense of wonder, like stepping into another world. Despite their size and age, there's something peaceful and grounding about standing among these ancient giants. And of course, when we were on the General Sherman Trail and Congress Trail, we also visited the Twin Trees and even walked through this tunnel tree. Despite its grandeur, Sequoia was not overcrowded. The air was so crisp and the forest so peaceful. But not everything was serene. Driving through a large burned out area was haunting. Trees, black and skeletal, the landscape desolate, a stark reminder of how fragile these ecosystems really are. Yet, fire means rebirth for the sequoias, kind of like the phoenix. Next up was Kings Canyon, or it was supposed to be, but nature had other plans. The fog was so thick we could barely see 2 feet ahead. Sometimes it lifted for a moment, just long enough to tease us with a view, but most of the time it was white-knuckle driving around blind turns. We had planned to explore much more, but it just wasn't safe. We turned back, and honestly, that was the right call. Back near Dunlap, we made an unexpected stop at the Big Cat Haven. For $15, we toured a sanctuary home to tigers, jaguars, cheetahs, and more. And some of the animals have appeared on shows like Ellen and Jay Leno. It was a great surprise and well worth the time. But when we got back to our room, everything was gone. No suitcases, no food and supplies, no laptop. More about this in the next video.
So even with the fog, you know, our luggage mishap, we found these parks a must visit. The gigantic, magnificent trees, the uncrowded trails, and just the beauty surrounding you wherever you went. If you get a chance, be sure to visit both Sequoia and Kings National Park, and I hope you don't encounter fog or bad weather. So next up is Yosemite. Will it meet the hype? Well, subscribe and find out, and hit that notification button. Much appreciated. And remember, adventure awaits. Thank you. Okay, this is not night 2. This is night 3. Yesterday we went through a little bit of Death Valley, but spent most of the day to get here. And we are in Dunlap, California, which you can't find that on the map, but it does exist. We saw the city sign. And we are staying at Gina's Sierra Inn, which is another story. But today was our day to visit Kings Canyon and Sequoia. So what was your favorite thing for today?
Not your favorite. The pictures through the fog that everything looked like Narnia and like something from a fairy tale.
Okay.
Misty.
She got to take pictures. I couldn't because I was driving. Sometimes you couldn't see 2 feet in front of you. The fog was that thick. Other times it got thinner, but it got so bad that when we were going to go see most of Kings Canyon, just turned around, came back because it was...
White knuckle.
Yeah, I was
Tight
white
knuckle.
knuckling. Yeah. I mean, around all of those mountain turns and you can't see. So, yeah. Anyway, so that was your favorite part, huh? I'll have to see those pictures.
Well, it was pretty. The deer. We saw a deer. Ah, a deer.
You know, I never see those at home. I suppose I really enjoyed seeing the big sequoia trees.
Oh, they were beautiful. They were
So
beautiful.
big around, so tall up.
Was it 168 feet? And we were only 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, it was. I think it's like 200. I don't know. It's
Anyways.
tall, very tall.
Yeah.
And considering I'm very short, they seemed even taller.
Pictures will do it justice.
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah. So we enjoyed that, but then we took a break, and right down the road from our hotel, we went to the Big Cat Rescue, right?
No,
No.
Haven.
Big Cat Haven. Anyway, and did a tour. I think, was it $15 a person?
I believe that is correct.
And we just went and saw all these like cheetahs and jaguars, leopards, lynxes, bobcats, all different kinds of big cats. And they're in very large caves.
Cage, primitive looking.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Very, very large cages. I mean, the tigers was beautiful. Had
Oh,
his
yeah.
own pond in it and everything.
Impressive.
Yeah. And I guess I'm going to look up online and learn a little bit more about this, but it seems like they're into probably breeding for zoos and others. And they've had a lot of appearance of their animals on Jay Leno,
Tonight Show.
Tonight Show.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Ellen, all
Yeah.
that type of thing. So anyway, it was very nicely kept. We enjoyed that walk. So it wasn't a bad day, except when we got back to our hotel. Tomorrow, be driving to Yosemite. So we are really looking forward because it says it's supposed to be sunny. Doesn't sound like there'll be any fog. So anyway, more with our travels tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hasta la vista, baby. What does that mean?
Goodbye.